Damn!
Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're covering aerodynamics and the effect of downforce on your car. So our goals in this video are to 1. Discuss aerodynamics and the effect on your car, 2. Cover off any special considerations regarding downforce, and 3. Better understand how too much or too little downforce can affect the performance of your tune. This is the third video in the Garage series, and hopefully will provide you with some quick, concise information that'll help with your lap times within GT7. A lot of the material we're covering today is available to you in the Beyond the Apex section of your GT7 profile. I'd highly recommend any new players review the material. It's great for providing the foundational knowledge of the game, and it's incredibly well written. It's a handy resource available anytime you want to brush up on some knowledge. I'll be providing a quick summary at the end of the video that you can reference back later to help with any of your tunes in the future. So what is it? Aerodynamics allows you to adjust downforce, which is the pressure the car exerts on the track surface, thus increasing tire grip, allowing you to take corners at higher speeds. On the other hand, downforce also creates air resistance, and greater air resistance can lead to lower top speeds. So why would you adjust it? In races, you need to consider these two opposing factors when setting up your car. On tracks with long straights, reduce downforce in order to reduce air resistance, allowing for better top speeds, but you do sacrifice cornering speed in the process. On tracks with lots of corners, increase downforce to increase cornering speed, therefore sacrificing top speed in the process. Downforce can be adjusted for the front and rear of the car independently, so it can be used to tune steering characteristics. If downforce is strong in high speed sections, increase downforce to place more load on the front wheels. If oversteering is a problem, increase rear downforce to improve stability. Most cars have limited adjustments options in terms of aerodynamics. In lower performance cars, Aero isn't as important as in high-end racing tunes, where Aero can have a dramatic overall effect on the handling and stability of your car. In the instance where Aero is grayed out and you can't adjust it, it means the stock front and/or rear spoiler cannot be adjusted from the factory. To get around this, simply go to GT Auto and upgrade your car to have an adjustable front and rear spoiler. One other thing to note on Aero, widening the body also has an effect on the aerodynamics of your car. With the larger front silhouette, widened cars typically have increased air resistance. This could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on what your goals are with the car. Typically, I'd recommend building your tune without the widened body, but in some cases, the widened cars do look amazing. So the Pantera and the Evo, for example, are just incredible, in which case I'd absolutely build a tune to account for the widened profile. You can typically offset the aerodynamic drag of widened bodies very easily in a tune. So overall, you should complete any cosmetic upgrades first, prior to deep diving into the tune. The reason for this is that simply adding these parts after you've finalized your tune can actually have a dramatic effect on the performance rating, forcing you to go back and rework the tune overall. It's important to note that while the aerodynamic parts are temporary and can be reversed, a wide body kit is permanent. The only way to revert it back at this point would be to buy a new body from the tuning shop, which is incredibly expensive. So be careful and be sure you want to widen the vehicle prior to completing that particular upgrade on your car. So let's talk about the performance impacts in situations where you'd likely want to increase and decrease the downforce. Two of the most common situations where downforce can be applied to solve your issues on tunes would be 1. Increasing rear traction to keep the rear of the car from losing grip on corners, and 2. Increasing the front downforce to help cornering characteristics. The trade-off as mentioned before is that adding downforce typically comes at the expense of top speed. You'll have to weigh the pros and cons of adding it. Typically though, a more stable car will generate a faster lap time, but on a long course, or one with extreme straightaways, top speed is almost always favored. In addition to these instances, I've found that Aero is a great final adjustment to turn up or down the performance points of the car to meet a threshold. So general guidelines, if you're increasing the performance of the car, it's typically a good idea to add some front and rear downforce. The effect of downforce is exponential, meaning high performance cars absolutely should factor downforce or aerodynamics into their tunes. Lower performance cars, you're likely okay with stock Aero. The trade-off to increasing downforce is lower top speed, so balance those two and consider the track format and length as needed when tuning your car. And really with aerodynamics or downforce, only use as much as needed. So overall, you want to balance how much downforce you add. The easiest way to do this is to track the car, add some downforce, test it, and repeat as needed. You'll want the car to remain in control as you exit the corner at a high speed. Anything more and you're losing top end performance on straights. There are no magic guidelines for adjusting Aero. Typically each car is going to be different. You're going to have to play with downforce as needed and get a feel for what the impact is on your own ride. Aero is a great option to finalize your build and can have a dramatic impact on the overall stability. I hope this guide helped explain the overall purpose of aerodynamics and how or why you'd want to consider adjusting downforce as part of your builds. Any feedback on the content and or your own experience is welcome in the comments below. If you see value in this content and want to see more in the future, please help me by supporting my channel by liking the video and commenting below. It greatly helps with the growth of my channel on YouTube and helps steer my content creation in the right direction. If you're looking to connect with others around gaming in general, feel free to join our 22 Gaming Discord. We're a growing community of like-minded mature gamers covering multiple titles. If you're looking to game with someone at any time, 22 Gaming has got you covered. As always, thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.